for one segment, and I appreciate him joining us, I'm going to have open phones and cover all the other news, and believe me, it's crazy. Very important information coming up. Gregory Hoover, hooverversusbeck.com is the website. Hoover, big fat V, versus Beck.com is the website. His email address is hooverversusbeck@yahoo.com. And he's suing Beck and Fox staff for defaming of character regarding Beck's remarks linking 9/11 truthers with James von Brunn. Yeah, this guy's linked to the government. We've been to the National Press Club over the weekend and yesterday. I'm just going to leave it at that. We're in contact with reporters, confirming leads we got here. We sent people to D.C. for this and had them do an interview with other people while they were on it. Wayne Madsen, but separate from Wayne Madsen. And we're working on it. We want to be careful before we release something like this. But no, as usual, it's the FBI. Their good old boy roundup. Remember that 1992 video of them lynching blacks in effigy and thousands of FBI and BATF agents selling N-word hunting licenses? You know, you'd think they're just infiltrating white supremacists, but it's more than that. They are the white supremacists. It's very... And they work for a bunch of weird ADL people. It's so bizarre when you get to the highest rungs of the New World Order. Well, it's like the Jewish Congress mainline news in the Ottawa Citizen, the big Ottawa newspaper, the capital city newspaper, reporting what we already knew. Started the Nazi Party in 1965 in Canada, and the London Guardian reports the modern Nazi Party in 1969 was founded in Germany by the German security services. They don't go out and infiltrate the groups. They run them. They are them. I mean, it's just, and you find out it's not just to infiltrate white supremacists. They are. Who would ever imagine? It's so crazy. Truth is always so much crazier than you can even imagine. But how does the ADL, how does the Southern Poverty Law Center, how do they survive if they don't have Nazis? Oh, it's very sick. It's very sick. That's why I'm hated by the ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center, and the Nazis. Well, I mean, look, they give Arnold awards for worshiping Hitler, saying he wants to be like Hitler and, you know, wants to be a dictator. But side issue, Greg Hoover is going to be suing the above-described defendants in federal court for Beck's having repeatedly broadcast statements characterizing those who question government official version of 9/11 as anarchist terrorists and persons denying the Holocaust. He said before he used the Army on us. The complaint will note that on October 22nd, 2007, Beck suggested that those identifying themselves or associated with 9/11 Truth Movement are dangerous anarchists who deny the Holocaust and are the kind of group that Timothy McVeigh would come from. The suit will also note that Beck, during the June 10th broadcast, linked the murder of the D.C. Holocaust Museum guard with 9/11 truthers with no evidence. As he's previously written, suing people for defamation who falsely claim that 9/11 activists are terrorists could be a good way to stand up to these bullies. Yeah, you don't see the Southern Poverty Law Center when I linked them with federal documents to running the white supremacist compound that McVeigh came out of at Elaine City. You don't see them coming after me. Go ahead, come after me. You've already done it behind the scenes. When some nut kills cops, you go look at his computer, thousands of sites he's visited, you find out he didn't like me and was attacking me, and then you feed that to the news media. See, folks, they know, I know, but it's too late. You're going to shut down the Ottawa Citizen? You're going to shut down CNN reporting on it now? Oh, the big secret's out. Oh, and the Miami Herald? About how the top Nazi rallies are run by the FBI? Run by you. I've had it. You won our First Amendment and you're not getting it. I'm calling you out. You're sick. Stop your Nazi activity. Stop spreading racism and then acting like you're trying to clean it up and fix it. We don't want to be at each other's throats anymore. We don't want to play your game anymore. We want to take down the New World Order. Stop trying to hang the name Jew on everything, too, to make people come after Jews, so then the ADL can sit there and suck off of them with donations. We know how you work. And Mecha and La Raza saying, for our race, everything, for those outside the race, nothing. U.S. government funded. Funding every racist group out there. We're sick of you. We know your game plan, and we're calling it out. And all you idiot Nazis that follow these groups, you need to stop doing what you're doing. You're a bunch of fools. All right, I'm going to stop right there. Let's go to Gregory Hoover. Gregory, I may hold you over a little bit. I'm sorry I went into a rant. So you're suing Lord Beck for saying we're violent terrorists, which is dangerous for us. How about sue Michael Reagan saying murder 9/11 truthers? I mean, that's what's really dangerous.
Well, that's a good point, Alex. I want to thank you first for having me on the show today. There's good reason to lay suits of libel and defamation, in my opinion, on many of the media that are involved in this. I think conspiracy itself to
smear campaign, conspiracy to defame.
Yeah, anyone that's associated with the 9/11 movement. I think that we're now at a present point in this process of exposure as to the government's involvement in these activities. That desperate attempts are being made to try to cause the general public to disassociate themselves with anyone who is attempting to try to pass along this overabundance, this wealth of information.
Yeah, I would imagine the feds are setting up child molesters for 9/11 truth right now or something. It's not going to work.
Well, they're really stretching it, and I think it gets to the point of it's being ridiculously incredible that they would have, along with Beck on his program of June 10th here this past week, and a claimed ex-CIA agent to put out this misinformation as to the association of 9/11 truth.
Yeah, as if that supposedly gives it authoritative seal. As if that totally, the CIA is not supposed to be involved in our internal politics, and now they're running radio ads everywhere. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, it begs the question of why he's a former agent. It doesn't look as if he's of retirement age. It seems to me that it exposes what a plant, I believe, at this point Glenn Beck is and continues to be in the media mainstream, and it's of great concern with me that he's now gotten to the point that he will so blatantly defame persons associated with the 9/11 movement.
Well, Greg, I think you have a right to do this.
Well,
I just don't. I'm afraid it could turn him into a hero, and he'll say the Nazis are suing me, but then I guess you have an even bigger lawsuit against him. They'll just put another CIA guy in, but I mean, maybe that'll at least make them think twice next time. I mean, I lean towards your suit. I think it has some standing, but you seem like a pretty well-educated guy. I mean, why are you suing? Why do you think you have grounds?
Well, I think that when it gets to the point that if he attempts to argue against the factual basis for the movement with regard to the evidence which is now being put forth by 9/11 truthers, that's one thing. But when he attempts to categorize and group persons and associate them with hate speech, which I'm now pretty much considering him to being provided here or to providing, then I think he steps over a line. I think that at this point, when someone such as himself begins a campaign that is so blatantly targeting persons in specific groups, where we have to kind of back up a little bit in recognizing that he's not going after individuals where typically defamation cases might lie. Instead, he's formulating his own image or mischaracterizations of persons who are associating themselves with these organizations and associations.
That's right. He's persecuting what he sees as a minority group, like Hitler with the Jews, I guess, with a demonization campaign, broad brush, with a powerful bully pulpit. And there would be grounds to sue if he said all Native Americans support white supremacists and Al-Qaeda. You better believe he'd be sued by Native American groups and probably lose. The test is, in the courts, will 9/11 truth and the First Amendment be protected like a Native American group?
I think that these groups certainly shall. I think that we can very well now easily establish that there are individuals who can be and are, and especially in a particular position like this, personally damaged. I myself, during the course of business day or in personal relations, will pass along information relevant to the 9/11 movement, and I'm then, in a sense, publicly, and as well concerning my associations, I'm involved in the Orlando, We Are Change, 9/11 Truth Movement. My pictures and name is listed on their publicly and openly listed on their website.
And you've now been defamed. You've now been connected.
I absolutely have.
To this lunatic von Brunn.
Yes, absolutely. Those that might previously have considered that I was merely passing along interesting insights as to the event, now have me. There's a stigma now attached.
Are you kidding? Every show. Listen, I was on a radio show this morning, a radio show last night, and I go on the shows and they ask me, "Are you with von Brunn?" And I go, "Why do you say that?" And they go, "Well, Glenn Beck, basically." And I have to sit there and explain to them how asinine it is, and that von Brunn was a World War II vet. Does that mean all World War II vets shoot security guards at Holocaust museums? I mean, it's just but the credibility of a national news show with the CIA guy, he held it out there like we are, that we honor him. We bow down at night and pray to von Brunn statues.